Good evening, one and all. This is David Daniels, aka The Shy Man, bringing you Tuesday night. See the wisdom, just gone 9:30. I hope you are all well. This could be a very interesting Facebook Live. I've been working on getting these under 15 minutes. Doesn't always go to plan, but I've got to be out of here by 10 o'clock. Got an important phone call to make. My daughter's due back by 10 o'clock. She may surprise me and come back early. So I'm right by the front door. Restrictions on time, space, area, but it's all good. Right, this is going to be quicker than usual. So my message is turning your pain into gain, or turning your pains into gain. So what inspired this message? It was a number of things, but what it was, the trigger point was really my pain, one of my pains. So if I just list what my pains are at the moment. So if you've followed me for a while now, you obviously know my journey hopefully you know my journey from shyness and to pushing past shyness into the space I'm in now. So, yeah, major pain in my life was shyness. It crippled me at times. And I feel I've moved on by that, but it's still a little bit there to a degree, is that yesterday was my birthday. Now, I still get very uncomfortable with my birthday having attention on me. I don't know why. It obviously stems from the shyness, but to this day I just don't. I love to give to others and that, but yeah, taking back, I don't know. I still have an issue with that. So you will not see, unless Facebook changes its rules, you will not see my birthday date posted on there. Fortunately, for me anyway, I don't have to publish that, so I won't be getting any birthday messages and stuff. My wife slipped it out of the bag yesterday. I was up in a church meeting. She let it slip out the bag. That was my birthday. They sang happy birthday. It was all good. But yeah, like I say, still not totally comfortable with that. Work, they knew I had the day off for my birthday, and as a kind of tradition, we provide like some treats and what have you, so they knew. But like I say, still not totally comfortable with it. But I'm comfortable to actually tell people that now. So some guys at work, they took the time to write me a card and that, and I sent them an email back just saying, look, I'm not comfortable with the attention, but thank you, I really appreciate it. So that's progress. Let's take the positives out of it. I'm going to jump back and forth in this. So really, the inspiration of this message was a guy called Phil Graham. He's a bodybuilder, and the reason I didn't know anything about Phil until last week. The reason for that is because of one of my major pains at the moment. Or what do I mean by pain? Anything that stops you from progressing, anything that stops you moving on. Could be physical, could be mental. And right now, I've had an ongoing journey with fatigue since I can remember, most notably since 18. So we're talking 20 years now of a constant battle with fatigue and nutrition for at least half, 3/4 of the time. I had no idea what was causing it. I still don't know exactly to pinpoint it, what exactly is causing my fatigue. I know one thing that affects it is gluten. So I've been on pretty much a gluten-free diet-ish for, I could probably say about 2 years now. Definitely bread is a no-no. I haven't touched bread, at least 2-3 years, and kind of cow's milk. Apart from a cup of tea, I won't have it with cereal. Switched over to soya milk, so that's my major pain at the moment, and something I've said to myself, right, I've seen nutritionists or whatever, but I said I need to start really getting to the underlying problem of this, because the great thing is, if you know what the problem is, you can solve it. And with nutrition, there's so many different resources now. So if it's gluten intolerance, if it's celiac, some of you will know what I'm talking about when I'm saying these words. There's often a way you can manage that, not necessarily a cure, but a way you can manage that. But for me, I don't really know exactly what's going on. I know gluten affects me. I've recently listened to a podcast, and podcasts are it's one of the ways that I am looking to educate myself and kind of find out for myself what the source of the problem is. Unfortunately, I can't. I've been to the NHS. Evening, Alan. Thank you for joining. I've been to the NHS, and they haven't really helped me. I could moan about it, but it is what it is. a little tip there for dealing with your pain. Accept what it is, and perhaps you have to take that adventure yourself to get to the bottom of your pain and turn it into gain. So I love podcasts, and I just had like a light bulb moment. I think, why do I look for some podcasts on this? So I've started looking at that, and I'm working my way through it. Back to Phil Graham. So as part of my research into it, I came across a guy called Phil Graham. Phil Graham is a bodybuilder. He's a personal trainer. He's an author, and his kind of main message. Well, I've listened to an interview he did, and from a young teenage age, he was found out that he was diabetic. Diabetes type 1, which is the one which is genetic. Type 2 is the one that you can get through your lifestyle and the way you eat. Thanks, Phil, for educating on that. And I wasn't sure exactly the difference between the two. And diabetes runs in some members of my family. Now, what he's done, he has, through the diabetes, doctors told him that he would, there was no chance he could like be active in sports and what have you. He didn't listen to them, and basically he's a bodybuilder, and he's won championships, numerous championships, and he's now written a book about diabetes and bodybuilding. He's got a website as well, so he's now an expert in what it is to be a bodybuilder with diabetes, and he's shown that it is possible, even when so-called experts were telling him it was not possible. He's turned his pain into gain. He wouldn't be doing what he's doing right now if he did not have the diabetes. Turning his pain into gain, and I really commend it, and that's given me, it's inspired me to make my own journey. I've made my own journey with shyness, and now, like I said, I call myself the shy man and all the rest of it, and now further down the line I'm looking to inspire others. I believe I could be in a room and I can spot the shy people in the room. I can see the person by themselves looking awkward, because it was just a mirror image of what I used to feel like. So I've got that acute sense where others may not have, because I've been through it myself, and now I want to go and inspire. And what that would look like, I don't know. I've started with Facebook Live. It could be a meet-up group. It could be just one-to-one with someone. I don't know what that's going to look like in the future. But that was my main pain. Now my next pain right now is nutrition, and it's going to be a journey to really dig deep down. And I'm grateful that there's plenty of resources on there for me. It's getting to the root cause of exactly what's going on. Once I know exactly what is going on, then I can address it. I know I've got some issues with gluten, but I've been for blood tests, and it's come back that I don't have infection, intolerance to gluten, what have you. But again, through the podcast, I've learned that apparently there's a gluten spectrum. So there's some that are celiac, there's some who are just sensitive to gluten. So already light bulbs are going, eyes are being opened. So I'm just working my way through that. And the challenge for me is to make the time consistently to do that, slowly but surely to get there. And obviously I've got to think about, as I always do, what I eat in the meantime. It might be just restricting myself to maybe plain, boring food, but I know that's just going to keep me going, because it is an issue. I still fall asleep at work. I'm grateful to my employer. They're really understanding the situation, but it can't continue. And obviously as I'm getting older, my body's changing, my physiology's changing, and I need to be aware of that and just take steps to improve that. And it's not impossible that I cannot live a fulfilled life. Just look at Phil Graham and look at what he's done. So absolutely, thank you, Phil, for that. You've inspired me to continue on that journey. My other pain points right now are time, which is always a constant thing. The reason I say time right now is because some of you may know I started a business back in October last year. I've been working behind the scenes to get things up and running in terms of legalities, and now I'm good to go. I've signed up for a mentorship program, and now literally today I'm out there making phone calls, advertising what I do, seeing if there's a need for my services in the relevant marketplace. And now I'm actually doing that. I'm finding I'm having a real challenge with time. I'm a lot busier than what I was 6 months ago. My choice in the activities I'm doing, but I'm really finding that I'm needed to carve out time. And one of the things that has taken up my time is doing this, Facebook Live. And it's not so much the actual doing the Facebook Live, it's what goes on behind the scenes, the preparation, the thoughts I have, what I'm going to say, things like that. Even just letting you guys know that I'm going to be doing the Facebook Live beforehand. A few weeks ago I started doing videos like the day before, just advertising what I'm doing, just posting more, so that I want this to reach as many people as possible, but I need to let people know about it, so it all takes time. So I've been in a bit of a limbo. Do I give this up, what I'm doing? And it would free up some time, but at the same time, believe it or not, I really enjoy doing this. This is probably my only hobby that I have at the moment, and it's important that I do have hobbies. I look after myself, so I've been in a constant tension. So I think what I'm going to do is, and I'm not sure about this, because as with anything I want to do, I want it to be as to the best. I want it to be as professional as possible. Hence why I've got like the banner on my home page. I've set a regular time. Like I say, I try and advertise as much as I can before, because I want it to be the best. But that takes time. So maybe I'm thinking I need to be a bit more amateurish, not in the content hopefully, but just like the stuff, kind of get back to what I used to be like. And I still do that, but just really get back to being raw, just picking up the phone, thinking of a message, no notes, I mean, I don't make a lot of notes anyway, but just go for it and see what response I get and just put it out there. So, and just to kind of digress a little bit, the pain I've got right now in terms of temporary pain is my neck. I really damaged my neck on Friday, and thank goodness I had my osteopath appointment the other day, but it's restricting my movement, it's restricted what I do. So I do another Facebook Live called Prayer Time on a Sunday evening, and then for the last Sunday I did a pre-recorded version, because especially with Prayer Time Facebook Live, I really get into it. Sometimes I get quite, movement and what have you, and yeah, I don't want to further damage my neck. Hey Kelly, how you doing? I don't want to further damage my neck, so I pre-recorded it, so I kind of like restrict myself, because obviously with the live, comments come in and you respond to those accordingly. So I pre-recorded it, and now I'm thinking, through that pain in my neck, I'm actually thinking now to start pre-recording these, at least for the next 6 months, so I can really go full pelt and to get my business up and running to a position where I can spend more time doing this and doing it on a bigger scale, or maybe getting other people involved, or whatever, just to spread the message out. So that's kind of where I'm at the moment. I'm thinking that these are going to start being pre-recorded videos. I can really restrict the time that I do this, because obviously if you guys are commenting and interacting, which I love, then obviously that may take longer for me to get my message out there. It actually might change my message a little bit. Like I said, I absolutely love that dynamic. But I think I've come to a happy medium where I can still do them, because like I say, it's my hobby. It really unleashes my creativity juices, which can spill over into my business, spill over into my professional working life. So there is benefits of that. But like I say, the time kind of behind the scenes was an issue. So I think I've reached a happy medium where I'm going to be pre-recording these. Obviously, I'll lose that dynamicism of, you know what I mean, of you guys commenting in live at the time, but it's still allowing me to do it and hopefully add value to your lives, and you'll still be getting a Shyman takeaway, where an action point that I'd encourage you to take at the time of watching the video. So that's kind of my three major pain points and one kind of temporary. But what I want to encourage you guys is to, I'm sure you guys know what your pain points are, and rather than being defeated by them, turn them into victory, turn them into gain. Not always the case in every situation, but I'm sure you've heard of people who've had cancer, who have been healed of cancer, and I think a big part of that is your attitude, the way you see things, the way you approach it. Are you when you hear bad news, when you have your pain point, are you defeated? Do you accept it? Do you moan about it? Do you the way your mental, the mind is powerful? I've said this two or three times before. There are people who will convince themselves I'm not saying they're mad or anything, not at all. They'll convince themselves that they're pregnant and they will have the symptoms of pregnancy. That's how powerful the mind is. As far as I know, that hasn't applied to any men yet. That would really be saying something. But if I'm talking about females here, that they actually convince themselves they're pregnant and they will have morning sickness, they will have all the symptoms. That's how powerful the mind is. I think we underestimate the power of the mind. Phil Graham didn't underestimate the power of the mind. He might have had his doubts at the time. People were telling him, health experts, that he couldn't do bodybuilding. It was impossible. He's done it. He's proved the impossible. He's turned his pain into gain. He's helping others now. He's made a career out of it. If you listen to his podcast interview, he said he was never into sports or anything like that. He's probably prolonged his life in some cases. What's your pain point? How are you dealing with it? And be honest with yourself. If you have been moaning about it, just admit you've been moaning about it. You see no way out. The experts, whatever the situation is, the experts are telling you there's no way out. This is what it is. And take steps to turn your pain into gain. What does gain mean to you? That's a very personal thing. That's a very personal. For you, gain will be an illness that you rid yourself of. Gain could be an illness that will force you to change your lifestyle and live the best you could live within that lifestyle. Unless things change for me in terms of my nutrition and the gluten, that this is something I'm going to have to live with the rest of my life. Maybe not. Maybe I'll be able to heal my gut. Maybe I've done a lot of damage to my gut and it could be healed. I don't know. But for now, I need to live the best life I can live with this condition. And instead of moaning or thinking about what I can't eat, give thanks and be grateful for what I can eat. Yeah, it's all about the attitude, and I realise this message may not apply to everyone. I'm talking to the masses here. So whatever your individual situation, if my message doesn't apply, don't beat yourself up about it. That's absolutely fine. But identify your pains. Identify what is your attitude right now to that pain. Are you moaning about it? Are you thinking it's the end? It's defeat? And just admit and hold your hands up. You can't change the past, so there's no point. If you're saying you've been moaning about it, there's no point feeling guilty or anything about that. And then the third step is, what are you going to do to change it? What are you going to do to turn your pain into gain? It could be living the best life you can live with that condition and inspiring others, like Phil Graham has inspired me to follow in your footsteps and live the best life they can live. The detail, I don't know. That's up to you. So that's the Shaman's takeaway. That's your homework. And Seeds of Wisdom's ending now. Thank you for those who've been watching. Just been going for 18 minutes. That's cool. Finishing, yeah, turn 2. Daughter hasn't gone through the door, so mission accomplished. I'm just going to put a quick shout out. If anyone knows of anyone nutrition-wise that can help me with what I'm doing. I mean, like I said, I've got podcasts, I've got books, I've got stuff to read, but I really feel at some point that it'd be good to work with someone who can help me just get to, because there's for example, there's gluten-free diets and things like that, but I don't think, like I say, I might just have a sensitivity to it. It can just help me on my journey. That I'd really appreciate that. Any personal recommendations or anything like that. There's loads of resources, but I don't know exactly what's going on with me, and that's why I need to get down to the bottom too. Yeah, please hit me up and let me know. And this could be the last recorded live in this current format for 6 months. Like I said, I'm leaning towards pre-recorded messages, but we'll see. I'm going to get a bit raw, a bit more amateurish again, just like me picking up the phone, just getting on doing the Seeds of Wisdom, sharing hopefully my knowledge, wisdom, and you guys learning from that. Mr. McVeigh, thank you for joining. Pleasure as always. But that's it. What's your pain? Turn it into gain. Actually, Michael's a great example of that, actually. And inspired by Michael, the way his attitude, his positive attitude to life. We all have ups and downs. But your attitude will take you far. Some people say your attitude determines your altitude. So your state of mind determines how high you'll fly in life. Don't underestimate the power of the mind. I do. We all do. But don't really think about how you think about things. Thank you, Kelly. Prayers are always welcome. The neck has eased up. But yeah, just got not to overdo it. I'm going to be back on Sunday, prayer time, Facebook Live. I'm not sure what I'm doing that actually. I've done a few pre-recorded messages. The intention is to start going back live on that, because that's a Sunday, that's my day of rest. But I also want to bless people on that day, so we're looking at that. But for now, probably Seeds of Wisdom, we're probably going to start going pre-recorded for at least the next 6 months while I get the business off on the ground, and then hopefully bigger, better, more professionalism. But in that time, right now, can still serve and still add value to your lives. Thank you for watching. The Shireman Smile. Smile for your pain as well. Give thanks for what you have, not what you don't have. I'm out. Take care. Bye.